Hi, in this video we're going to fit a multiple regression model to the elephant survey data. So if we go to stat, regression, multiple linear regression, we're going to pick our response variable for y. And here this is herd size. We want to predict that based on the speed at which the plane was flying, the height at which the plane was flying to view the elephants, and then we're also going to include sun angle. If we scroll way down, we can also take the option to include a residual index plot and to include residuals and the predicted values into our data set. Click compute and we get regression output. From this, we can find the equation of our model. The only thing that's missing from that equation is the standard deviation of the residuals, which we can find down here. It's labeled the root MSE. We can also get the estimates of the different parameters, so the intercept and the slopes of the three different predictors. We can look at the ANOVA output, testing the null hypothesis that any of the predictors are significant predictors of herd size. And then if that were significant, we could also look at the individual p-values for the individual different predictors. If we want to do some model assessment, we already have a residual index plot. In this, we would hope to see not to see long runs of similar residuals. And as we've noted before, this is kind of hard to judge from this picture, but there do seem to be these long runs of similar residuals. So it may be true that there is a problem with non-independence in the residuals here. We would really like to see an ACF to be able to judge a little bit better. Other graphs that we could look at, we could make a scatter plot of the residuals as a function of the fitted values or predicted values from the model. This helps us check linearity and also constant variance. And here, it doesn't necessarily look like there's a problem with linearity because there's not a linear or nonlinear trend in the plot, but it does kind of look like there's this straight line at the bottom, and then there's a bigger spread towards the top. I think that here this is probably not a violation of the conditions, but rather it's just because herd size can never be less than 0, and so there's kind of a lower limit on what the residuals can be. So this probably looks okay. Other plots that we might want to look at would be scatter plots of the data to confirm that there's either no trend or that the trends look linear. And we also want to look at a histogram of the residuals. So if we go to graph again and we request a histogram of the model residuals and click compute, they should meet the nearly normal condition. Here we might feel a little bit worried because there's at least one really large outlier, and then there's actually quite a bit of skew here as well. So the conditions for my particular model are not looking too fantastic.